And as the mayhem and destruction in Israel continues, US munitions have started to arrive. This video was shared by the Defense Ministry of Israel. You can see cargo being unloaded from a plane. According to a written announcement, the shipment has advanced weaponry. What else is the US sending? Number one, Navy ships. The USS Gerald R. Ford carrier strike group will be moved to the Eastern Mediterranean along with its accompanying warships. The USS Ford is the US Navy's most advanced aircraft carrier. It is also one of the largest in the world. The US is also sending USS Normandy, a guided missile cruiser armed with naval guns, along with destroyers. The USS Thomas Hudner, the USS Ramage, USS Carney, and the USS Roosevelt. Analysts say America's decision to move the Ford carrier is a major escalation. Then there are aircraft. The US is sending Air Force F-35, one of the most advanced fighter jets in the world. It will be accompanied with the F-15, the F-16, and 10 fighter aircraft squadrons. Number three, munitions. President Biden has pledged replenishment of interceptors used in Israel's Iron Dome missile defense system. Precision-guided munitions may also be on the cards. Reports say $2 billion worth of US munitions have been pre-supplied in 6 different locations in Israel as of now. There's more. The White House has promised to fulfill additional security requests from Israel with urgency. It will also redouble its military presence in the region. The US Secretary of State Antony Blinken is headed to Israel to discuss the war. Meanwhile, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said the US is holding talks with Israel and Egypt over a corridor. The safe passage will be used to supply aid for civilians in Gaza. Over the last 4 days, the US has reiterated absolute support for Israel. But the question is, what's in it for the United States? Will the aid be followed by a push to Israel for talks with Arab countries? Even as Israel prepares for a full-scale war against Palestine, the US is pushing for Saudi-Israel ties. You see, in recent months, President Biden has tried to negotiate with Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, and the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu. The US wants to broker a complex 3-way normalization deal by the end of this year. The new war will almost certainly throw off the timeline. But in calls over the weekend, US officials have been telling Saudi and Israeli officials that they are hopeful the discussions can continue. Only 3 weeks ago, Netanyahu sat beside President Biden and marveled that a historic peace between Israel and Saudi Arabia seemed within grasp. If the Israeli military kills many Palestinian civilians in Gaza offensive, it is going to ignite outrage across the Arab world. This can put talks in jeopardy. This war has put into question the entire existence of the Abraham Accords. The Abraham Accords may be short-lived, but they are one of the few victories of the US diplomacy as of now. Israel-Saudi normalization could be impacted by the extent and the scale of this war. Hamas has already offered to talk. Why is that? Has it run out of military weapons? Meanwhile, Egypt has postponed the El Gouna Film Festival. The festival has been pushed back by 2 weeks to October 27th. What does that mean? Is it a clue that calm may be restored by then? WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.